Robert Craig Knievel, a.k.a. Evel Knievel's wax statue, unveiled here at Madame Tussauds here at the Venetian. Truly a great moment.
Exciting day, isn't it? Oh my God! Doesn't he look great too? He just looks wonderful. They did.
He looks spectacular. Obviously, a great day for you. You're absolutely glowing. And yours truly, Mr. C, was a part of the great era of Evel Knievel. Back in those days, September 8, 1974, Snake River Canyon. I was there with him. I told it like it is, but nobody could tell it like Evel.
You're right. And I remember that interview that he did with Howard Cosell. I believe that would be you.
That's right.
And, that was very candid. He was very outspoken, as you probably know.
Absolutely.
Good man. He would have been very proud of this. This would have been, he was really looking forward to seeing the completion of this project.
Well, I have a quick question. I've broken a lot of hearts in my time, but I know he's broken a lot of bones. How many bones did he really break?
I believe that the guesstimation is somewhere around 40, 43. He had a lot of surgeries in the later years, so.
Well, there, of course, were many reports that Bobby broke every bone in his body. Talk a little bit about that day here in Cesar's palace when, of course, he did take that fall. Talk about that and how he got that footage over to ABC.
Well, that was a little bit before my time, before I ever knew him. But that footage was shot by John Derrick and Linda Evans, and he owns that footage. And that was some of the most prized footage that was probably ever shot ever.
Now, when you talk about a wax statue like this, there's more, of course, to it than simply a wax statue. This is a memory. This is a memorial. This is about the legend, of the greatness of Evel Knievel. How exciting is it, for you that millions of people are going to see Evel?
Oh, I mean, this is a great thing. I mean, this is a real tribute, and he was very honored to have them do this, and that's why I wish he would have seen it, because he understood the importance of of having it there and what it means to other people. So he was very proud of that.
More than just a man, more than just a legend. Once again, here we are telling it like it is. Here with the great Kelly Knievel. You know what, Kelly? It's truly an honor for me to be here, standing in the presence of the great Robert Craig Knievel's son. This must mean a tremendous deal to you.
Well, we're just happy that, we're happy that Madame Tussauds recognizes who Evel was, and Adrian's speech was really good because that really puts it in perspective that he was not an actor. What he did was real, and it meant a lot to people, and it was real.
Well, of course, I go back to those days in Butte, Montana, when he was there working in the mines. Back in those days, the Anaconda Mine Company. My goodness, he used to tell us all those stories in the trailers back here, especially those days at the Astrodome. He sold 100,000 tickets for 2 days.
Wow.
Tell us a little about that hunting thing, Kelly. A little bit about the spirit of Evel.
Well, this is when he was a young man. This is really before he was Evel Knievel, but they used to slaughter the elk when they were coming out of Yellowstone Park because they didn't have any place to put the elk, and it used to be called the firing line. So he got a rack of a bull elk and hitchhiked to Washington, D.C., and worked his way into the Kennedy administration and talked to some high officials, and he got that practice stopped.
But see, that's the type of guy he was, and a lot of people don't know that Evel was a great athlete, a skier in his own right, a pole vaulter. Really, this is where that spirit, the daredevil spirit, kind of imbued him.
Well, mostly he loved to golf. He loved golf, and he had a lot of friends on the golf course, and he spent all his time golfing, and he'd be golfing and gambling, and
I never knew that.
he really loved to golf.
And AJ, tell us a little bit about what's going on.
The actual figures take about 3 months to make. We have to take a clay head. We do a clay head molded from photographs, and Evel actually saw the clay head of this, which is why he was so fascinated by the whole experience. He didn't see the finished figure. And then once we've got the clay head, we make a wax head, and then we insert the hairs individually, one by one, and then we add the paint and the decor that you see in terms of the dress and the bike.
So how long is this process? We're talking about a year, 2 years. How long did we start with this?
But we started actually talking to the family about 6 months ago, and the whole idea was to try and commemorate it around the 40th anniversary of the famous crash at Caesar's Palace. And after a few conversations, it actually became more about the fact that we knew he was ill, and I got the distinct feeling that Evel knew that this was going to be something about his lasting legacy, and he wanted to be immortalised. And so when we were talking to him, he was very keen to get the photographs, get things sorted quickly, because he wanted to see the finished figure. And unfortunately, he didn't quite make it.
I want to know, is that one of his original bikes too as well, back behind us?
This isn't the original bike. This is a replica. It's an exact replica made by the people who actually did make the bikes and also did a lot of the paint schemes on the bikes. So it is as authentic as we could possibly make it.
Wow.
And it is a Harley-Davidson 72 SL750, which is the actual bike that he used to drive during the 70s heyday when he used to dress like that in the jumpsuits.
Okay, we are here with the great AJ at Madame Tussauds, the Venetian, the great unveiling of the Evel Knievel wax statue.